Hello, everyone, and welcome to Saber the Cenotaph, Part 8, I believe, is the one we are on. I'm Austin Ramsey. I am your GM for this evening and the creator of Saber. You can find me on Twitter at NotAnIn, and my pronouns are he, him. As always, this stream is presented by You Don't Meet in an Inn, an actual play podcast about exploring obscure tabletop role-playing games with a diverse, rotating cast. Tonight, I am joined by Takuma.
Hi, I'm Takuma Okada. I'm on Twitter at Takuma_Okada_, and I write and play games and music.
Nice. I'm also joined by Sasha.
Hi, I'm Sasha. You can find me on Twitter at Sasha_Renell. You can find my game design stuff at tcabbage, and you can play my game Spindle Wheel in open beta at tinyurl.com/spindlewheel-open beta.
You should put that in the chat if you get the chance.
I will.
And also Ray.
Hey, I'm Ray. You can find me on Twitter at RayRayTheGayGay. I don't do much, but I do stuff sometimes.
Thank you. And Sean. Sean, you're muted.
Oops. Hey everybody. I'm Sean. You can find me on Twitter at HyenaSpots with a Z, and my pronouns are he and him.
Thank you very much. So, this evening we have an interesting situation for our heroes. Because at the end of the previous episode, which was downtime, the crew got a message via Scratch that was a distress call passed along through a couple of jumps. And that message was from the Wrights of the Ascent, which they were sending that the town of Wander, where they were currently located, was taking heavy damage due to Lady Elreth fighting a dragon? Or at least that's what the locals were calling it. Yeah. So, dragon shenanigans may be afoot. Alright. So I'm going to take us over to the play screen. Now, we're just going to get right into it with our planning the mission. So, let's see, where are them rules? There we go, planning the mission. So, your employer for the mission is, honestly, I don't think that there is one necessarily immediately. You might be able to arrange one while you are heading to the mission, or once you're there, you might be able to arrange a mission. But this is just a distress call, and you're expected to go immediately, not try and arrange a contract.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you all want to sit around and arrange a contract, you're welcome to.
I mean, are we that terrible?
Yes, we are. No.
I know you're that terrible, but this was a question for all of us.
Can't hear you vaping.
No!
Yikes.
Don't vape on the base.
Okay. So we'll figure that out during the mission. I'm sure there's a number of potential squads you can think about that could reasonably be considered interested in employing you for this task. Sorry, was someone saying something? Okay. Likewise, the target. The target, I think, is also somewhat unknown. We'll see what direction that this mission goes on, since it is in, again, such short notice. But you do know, excuse me, the information you do have currently is that the Wrights of the Ascent are present in the town of Wander, which is located somewhere in the mountains to the west of Journey City. Or sorry, not west of Journey City, west of Hollinton. Which is why you're getting called in, because you're the closest squad. And that purportedly Lady Elreth is fighting a dragon. So that's all the information that you currently have. So we can you can do some gather information rolls if you can figure out a way to do so in the limited time frame that you have. Your objective, though. Sorry, what was that?
That's probably wise. Go ahead.
Your objective is to help out, which I realize is very vague. But if there is a small town getting trashed, there's a lot to help with.
Fair. There's a lot to help with, though.
Your rules of engagement are threatening or employing force against civilians is forbidden, as is firing upon or presenting as a clearly marked medical transport or facility. So, pretty standard rules of engagement for this one. Nothing unusual.
Oh boy.
All right. So tactic.
I mean, do we need it? Would we have a tactic going in if we don't have a mission?
Well, this is something maybe that you could do gather information rolls to find out. Perhaps.
I mean, yeah, I'm just...
Yeah, it's a very confused situation. Part of the problem of not having any good long-range communication.
Can I scan that sucker?
Can you what?
Can I scan that sucker?
Scan what?
The mountains.
Yeah, you could try and scan to gather some more information. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for where the action is, where it's hottest, and where it's been.
Okay.
So we at least have a good idea of where we're going. So I'm gonna roll 2d6 to do that. So I've got 2 in scan, baby. That's double 4s.
Okay, so that's a reasonable amount of information. That's not so bad. You could spend, what do you call it, personnel points to increase the result.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
I've got
So-
1 personnel. That's been thinking on that.
So something, are you doing this while you're on the way to where the rough area where Wander is?
Yeah, I feel like every so often I'll I'll send the kettle up and do just like a big scan, like a bloop of the area, and then like sort of triangulate that way.
Have an idea, potentially?
Sure.
Using your triangulation, could you give me, like, points of interest that I could then sort of dash into and get more specific information on those points, potentially?
Yeah, I'm into that.
Like,
Sure.
having you be doing general scans, and then I'll just sort of, like, go in and hit specific areas that look like shit's going down.
Do recon. Yeah, okay. So what you find out from your periodic generalized scans is that there's a number of areas in the mountain space where there are fires that are going. They don't seem to be like spreading drastically. It's not like a full-blown forest fire, but there are places where trees are on fire, because these mountains that you're going into are pretty green. Lots of evergreens growing up the sides of them, lots of scrub. There's quite a bit of wildlife It's a very picturesque space, frankly. The mountainous terrain has meant that this space is largely untouched by the war. I mean, it wasn't exactly heavily inhabited in the first place, so there's not a whole lot of reason for the factions to come in here. So you find that out. You also, I think, actually find out where Wander is. Instead of having to search about the mountains, you have a good location. You sense, or you scan the cluster of buildings that make up Wander. You don't have specific details of it at this time, but you can see a large section of habitation.
Fantastic.
What else would you have? Yeah, I think that's all that you have with a standard result.
Okay. Tower, do you want to do like a more focused recon roll?
Yeah, and I was it might have less effect, but I think based on the way I'm sort of picturing doing this, I think it would be more of a prowl roll than a study roll or a survey roll, potentially.
So you're just sneaking about and keeping your eyes
like
open?
I'm not trying to get details, I'm just trying to get a sense of what the situation on the ground is. It's not like I'm trying to find like a specific
Ray, you cut out at the end there.
Oh, it's not like I'm trying to find like a specific little like object or something. I'm trying to figure out like where there are people, what the people are doing, kind of thing.
Okay, and sort of going ahead and...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
More
sure.
scouting and researching.
Yeah, roll your prowl.
Yeah, give me a sec. Fuck me.
Oh.
That's a 2. That's a 2.
That's a 2.
Okay.
Why was that a 2?
Well, it's only gather information, so nothing bad happens.
I know, but that's a 2.
I think
Gotta get it out early.
all that you're really able to find is an old logging road, which the squad will be able to take their obvies on without too much difficulty.
But I rolled a 2.
And that road is heading in the general direction of the community that Spade scanned earlier.
Okay.
Pitchfork or Demon, do either of you have an idea for gathering information?
I don't think I do in this situation.
I mean, you could reach out to contacts, see if anyone knows anything. You could try and get someone to do a flyover. Not sure what gear your obvies have or that you have as pilots. Actually, that's something that we should probably no, we can hold off on declaring pilot load.
Yeah, because we haven't rolled it yet, so...
Yeah.
Pitchfork's a country girl, isn't she?
Yeah. I'm like wondering what else I can do that the two of you haven't done already. I mean, could I maybe talk to people around town who might have like been in the mountains recently to see if they've seen anything?
Yeah, that's a possibility.
I wonder. We don't really know a bunch of people in town, though, I guess. Or we haven't named a lot of people.
No, I believe the only named townsfolk in Hollandton is the baker that Demon rents his shed from.
Oh, man. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna go to a bar then and see like who's around.
So remember that time is of the essence.
Hmm.
So, also know that Baker doesn't even have a name yet.
There is just a baker.
So
He's known as the baker.
yeah, if you want
Baker is
to
eternal.
if you want to hang around in a bar to talk to people for a while, you can do that, and either the squad waits for you or you show up late to the mission.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth that. I don't think this information is worth that much.
Do we see anyone else on the road?
No.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything then.
Okay, well, Demon?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have any like resources or anything that I could call upon without doing a similar thing and just taking more time. So,
Well, what about Pitchfork? Since you did grow, well, actually, it was established in the past that both of you have spent some time in the area around Hollenton. Pitchfork, you growing up in Demon, you spending some time here before you joined your group of rabble rousers.
yeah.
So, if either of you can think of a role that you could do to represent just your personal familiarity with the region, that could potentially cook something up.
I could try to like survey the area.
Yeah, representing previous experience.
Yeah.
Is Demon a hiker?
At times, yeah. I think he goes for walks and he's just kind of familiar with the area from the past and whatnot. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and do that then. A 6.
A 6. Okay. So, what you learn from your time, recalling your time in the area and time you spent in these mountains, you're thinking about it and you keep thinking, wander, that's kind of odd. It's like something about it is sort of like jogging your memory isn't quite right.
Okay.
It's not quite the right phrasing. And then it hits you that the reason you recognize the name Wander is that there is no town in this mountain range called Wander. And when you see the scans of the community that Spade pulls down, there's certainly no community that large in these mountains.
Oh.
It's just like this town, which I think the scan is good enough that you can tell that this town has an airfield of some variety.
Okay.
And there's definitely no town large enough to have an airfield in these mountains.
Yeah. That seems this
Yeah.
seems very out of place. I've been around these mountains before and nothing like this sounds familiar.
Yeah, and so because you got a 6, you think about it a bit more, and then you think you recall that there was a town called Wander in the northern half of the mountain range?
These mountains haunted? Are we gonna go to a ghost town? I was trying to think if I could pick up a ghost town, and I 100% can. Is the problem?
We should be careful whatever we do.
Well, it's a good thing we brought a priest.
Yeah. Are they gonna be like ghosts or just like the AR ghosts?
Just like the
Are they
regular
gonna be?
ghosts. I don't know. I've never seen a real ghost. I'm so excited.
What if they're real ghosts?
So yeah, that's what you got. There's no town in this mountain range of that size, and you recall hearing about a town called Wander in the northern mountain half. So, Pitchfork, you're the last one with a chance for gather information. Can you think of anything to build on?
Do you know any ghost stories about Wander?
Man, do I? Maybe. I think Pitchfork keeps a journal,
Okay.
and I think I've written stuff in there after hikes. I've written stuff in there that's like scary stories my friends have told. It's just a record of things that I've wanted to remember for the past I think she's kept it for a while, especially after people started leaving too. She got lonelier and she wrote it down so she could tell them all the stuff that happened while they were gone, when they came back, and then people didn't come back, so she just kept writing. I think a study for that then, just looking for relevant information in just all of this.
Just looking through your journal for anything relevant. Okay, give me that study.
It's no dice, so we'll see what happens.
Oh,
Oh no.
do you want some help?
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. It's just to gather information. Nothing could go wrong.
Come on.
Oh no.
I mean, I won't tell you anything untrue with a bad gather information roll.
Ooh.
Speaking of, that's a 1.
Oh. It was almost.
You remember how he said nothing untrue? Well, that was a lie.
Okay, limited information. Let me think about this.
There sure are some mountains here.
Yeah, I think that you... Would you know what a dragon is? Okay. I think that you pore over your journal and you find an entry where you, as a child, you overheard 2 travelers who were passing through Hollandton talking about how they had heard that there was a dragon in the mountains, and that one of them didn't believe it, and the other one swore that it was that they were real, and that they were the apex predators of the region. But but you were like, apex predator, what does that mean? And then later on you went to go find out what that meant. But yeah, that's all you get.
Okay.
So that's the information y'all have.
That's some information to have.
So what tactic do you want to go with? Assault, deception, scientific, social, stealth, or transport?
Well, we don't know if we need to do transport yet.
Yeah.
For carrying cargo and people through danger. The details of the route and the means. there is a dragon, but I don't know that we need to evacuate anyone.
Yeah.
We don't know what the situation is really.
I think since we don't know what the situation is, stealth is probably our best bet. We should get in there, take a better look around once we're actually there,
Yeah, that's fair.
and
Fair.
adjust.
Stealth is always good for me. It's what I'm good at. It's the one thing I'm competent in.
So if you're going for stealth, what's your point of infiltration?
The big road heading into town.
Ah, yes, very stealthy.
Stealthy.
Oh, there's a question. Are y'all bringing your avies?
Oh yeah,
Sure. Yes.
100%.
I think I am, but I might ditch it at some point.
Pitchfork?
I'm not very stealthy, but I think if Lady Elrith's around, not taking an Avi is unwise.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a choice.
You always have a choice.
Ugh.
My biology teacher used to tell me that about homework. You can choose to fail.
Oh my god.
But it's still a choice.
Okay, so you're all going in with your avies. All right. So then what is your point of infiltration?
Not the big road into
Yeah.
town.
What if we come in from the north?
Just kind of like rough it in the woods.
Yeah.
For a bit.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Just
Gonna
off-road it?
ruin paint on my mech.
I mean,
All right.
that,
Yeah.
that is one of the advantages of avies, is that they walk. So going off-road through mountainous terrain isn't such a huge barrier.
That's fair.
Okay, so just going through the woods.
Woo, hiking.
Okay.
What's the weather like? Is it nice out?
Well,
there
it's the
birds?
middle of the night right now.
Oh.
Because
Is it
y'all
like
got...
a nice night though?
Yeah, I think it's clear out. The stars are shining. The moon beams down. I think this is maybe the first time that we actually see the moon on screen,
Oh.
and it is cracked open.
Oh,
Like
Oh shit.
there is two chunks of moon, sort of like a 3/4 moon and a 1/4 moon, kind of, and they're fairly close
tight.
to each other, clearly still held by their mutual gravitational fields, and there's a sort of haze around them from all these smaller chunks that are also orbiting them, and I think it's even starting to form a bit of its own ring at this time. Like it's not tight enough to be super defined, but there is like a clear band of haze as opposed to a general haziness about it. So something happened.
What are tides like?
Well, there's like a 3/4 tide and a 1/4.
Beat me to it.
Don't need you to do this to me.
Low tide is just wonderful, but that high tide, oh boy.
So yeah, what are your pilot loadouts?
Medium.
Yeah, I'll go medium as well. This doesn't exactly seem like
Yeah.
something we have to go undercover for.
I'm here to work.
heavy.
Nice.
Okay. Soldier filling that role. All right. So that is the loadout picked out, and your tactic and your detail figured out. So now it's for the engagement roll. 1 die for pure luck. Is the mission bold? Doesn't really feel like it. I mean, if I'll take an argument if someone has one to make.
I have no argument.
No,
Is it complex?
No.
No, I don't think so.
could be.
Not yet.
Does the mission exploit the target's vulnerabilities? I am,
Yes?
I don't think we know that.
yeah, I'm going to say no. I know what the situation is, obviously, but I'm going to say that no, it does not. Is the mission's tactic ineffective against the target? Also no. So you're sitting at 1 die still. Does the squad receive external support for the mission?
Not as of yet.
Potentially later on.
Yeah, I would.
Probably later on.
I would say maybe later on, because the Wrights of the Ascent are on scene, but not for the engagement role. Unless does anyone want to make a call in to contact?
I'm not good enough at talking to people.
I don't have anyone nearby.
I could call Doctors Beyond Stars. See if they have any. I mean, if it's a
You were gonna say Dr. Massage.
no, why you and this man, Ray?
It's such a name.
But I was gonna call Dr. Holly Cenotaph, who's a doctor, like a real doctor, and see if she has some emergency crew that she could spare, because it's an emergency.
That's a brilliant idea, and I was wondering if you were going to think of it.
I 100% was not, so thank you for asking.
Okay. So yes, you can take +1D. Dr. Cyanopoulos will send aid. This is 100% up the Doctors Beyond Stars alley. She doesn't know when people will get there, but they will show up to give aid.
Hey.
So that's +1D. Is anyone interfering with the mission other than the target? Yes.
Oh,
No. I mean, there's a dragon and Lady Elrith.
that's
I feel
true.
like that's assumed.
Are there any other factors that affect the mission? Take +1D for each one that benefits the squad.
We are engaged in a stealth mission through the woods in the cover of night.
That's
Fair.
pretty big.
That's
a turn.
Yep, 100%. Take +1D for that. I have to have a quick look at the tier of some groups.
No.
Let's see. Where?
Yeah.
We're tier 1, just to remember.
Tier what?
Yes, I know. Which is why I needed to check, because I needed to see.
Are you proud of us?
I am. Okay.
Do you
Yeah.
love us, Daddy?
So
No.
No.
Not like that.
You didn't mean it like that.
I know you did.
So, moving on. No, there is no tier penalty. No tier penalty for the engagement roll.
Wow.
So y'all are sitting at 2 engagement dice. Well done.
We're not totally incompetent.
No.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, novel.
All right. So who wants to roll engagement?
I can do that.
Oh,
I rolled bad, so not me.
I was gonna say you're the stealthy one.
2d6?
I am the stealthy one, but I rolled bad.
Yes, 2d6.
Thank you. Hey!
That's a 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So that's a risky position.
Not the worst it could be.
No, it's not the worst that it could be. Okay. So, you know that you're getting close when an unusual smell, because none of you have life support systems on your Avies, correct?
No.
Not at the moment.
Yeah, no one has that declared, I don't believe. So that means that your Avies pump in oxygen from the outside. You don't have a contained oxygen. You don't have CO2 scrubbers or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you know you're getting close when you start to smell 2 things. 1, smoke. And 2, a strange scent that I don't think any of you have ever smelled before. It smells like a mixture of bleach and roses. It's this weird, like, both vilely chemical, clean smell, and also has a sweetness to it. And as you approach the community, it gets stronger. Also, as you approach the community, you begin to see signs of combat. There are trees that'll toppled over, massive 100-year-old trees that are just pushed aside with their roots torn up. You even find one that it's crashed into some other trees, but there's no sign that it originated in this area. Some of the trees that you pass by are aflame. And as you get close to the flames, you can smell that they burn with the similar scent of this bleach rose cocktail.
Oh, cool weapon. Fun.
I think the minute we start smelling smoke, there's like an image of Harrow in Hopper just being like, oh, what is it now? It's like checking all the vents and everything.
Banging on the vent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you still have the sooty?
I do. I still have City as my...
Okay. So yes, you get closer, and the smell intensifies, and then you see the glow of firelight as you get closer still, just beyond the trees ahead. And here is, it looks like, from what you gathered as you were traveling closer, there seemed to be some kind of running battle that happened. There's no sign of any weapons fire, oddly. No energy weapon burn marks, no explosives. The only sign of any sort of non-kinetic force used is the burning trees. There's also no shell casings either to indicate any sort of machine gun or cannon fire.
Literal dragon.
And so as you get closer to the town, you see that this seems to be where the conflict came to its climax. There's many ripped up and torn down trees. A whole wide area, a huge swath the size of a stadium has been knocked flat. Well, as flat as the side of a mountain can be. And through a gap in some trees, you can see the community wander. It appears to have a wall which has been knocked through, and you can see that there are towers built into this wall, and those towers have some serious anti-Avi weaponry mounted on them. Some of them still smoke and glow with the heat of recent usage. One of those towers, you can see that the barrels of it are bent and twisted, as though by an unnatural force, almost cartoonishly into a knot. And as you approach the town, the scent of bleach and rose becomes nigh overwhelming. And following the path of destruction through the town, you can see a blue-green, large, at this distance... Well, yes, with your sensors on your Avis, you can tell that it is feathered. And it sits in the middle of the town, and you can scan it, and you can tell that it is massive. It is at least as large as Bert. And Bert's a heavy Avi. So that puts it at, probably about at least 60 feet in length. It appears to be quadrupedal, ending in these sharp talons. And it has this long, sinuous body covered in feathers, as I mentioned.
We're gonna adopt it.
I'm gonna take out my phone and take pictures.
So to be clear, you're not in the town yet. This is just
Okay.
sort of like scanning along the damaged path.
I'm taking a picture of my screen. I'm snooping at it.
My sensors aren't the best. Is everyone else seeing this?
Oh yes. Uh-huh.
Yes.
My sensors are the best, and yes, I see it.
What the hell?
Yes. So, speaking of, you can see its head, which comes to a long, sharp-beaked point. And it appears to have these two large lumps sort of just behind where the jaw bones meet. And one of those lumps appears to have burst for some cause, and there is some fluid leaking out of it and pooling around the body and spreading throughout the town.
Oof.
So
That thing's still skirming, right? That thing's alive?
you can see that its torso rises and falls with deep breaths that are a bit shaky, and every so often it twitches, but it's definitely lying there at bleeding. You can also tell that there's blood coming out of its mouth.
Okay.
And also out of the burst lump as well. It's mixing with the unknown fluid. There seems to be a lot of activity in the town. You can spot some modified arquebusiers at one end of town that appear to be working around a building that is heavily scaffolded already.
Okay. We should touch base with the people and also try not to scare the injured animal.
Yeah.
Wait, where's
Also,
Lady
it's-
Elrith?
There's no sign of Lady Elrith at this time.
Fuck.
Oh, I don't like that.
I have lock on the creature. I'd say flipping up a little missile switch on my.
Uh,
Come on. Doesn't look like it's gonna do anything to us in this state.
So I've also put up the map of Wander onto
Ooh.
Roll20.
cool map.
Nice map. Good shit.
Yeah. So yes, let me just draw in some damage.
Nice map.
Yeah. That's freehand. Yeah. Okay. So there's sort of this trail of destruction going through the town that you're able to look through. And let's see, where's the right color? Does it have the right color? This will do nicely.
Cool dragon color.
Yeah. Oh man, this dragon is gonna look bad because I'm trying to draw with a trackball.
Yeah.
It is the year 2018 and you have a trackball? No.
Well, like optical trackball helps with my wrist pains.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Then that
Awesome.
is understandable.
Austin is living in 3018.
There you go. There's the dragon.
Nice.
Rawr.
I'm love.
It's good.
We need to adopt this dragon now.
Where are we gonna keep it?
We've got fields.
Yeah.
Keep it in the airfield.
That's animal cruelty. You cannot keep an animal just like outside like that all the time. It needs,
That's where they live. That's where animals
they need
live.
shelter.
We can make a shelter. We can make this
This
work.
is like very adamant about this.
Keiko's animal husbandry is kicking in. It's like,
So, what do y'all do? Oh, I should mark. Let's see. I'm gonna mark where the arquebusiers are active as well. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, good. Draw shape. Okay. There we go. So this is the building that the arquebusiers of the Wrights of the Ascent appear to be focusing on, and is also like covered in scaffolding already. And there's just oh, go ahead.
Is there anything moving around in the scaffolding?
Can you see from here? Well, I would say that you can tell that there is movement in the scaffolding. You cannot make out what.
Okay. Hey. Useful information.
Oh, that's not mine. That would explain why I didn't have any points to scan. Okay. I wanna do another scan. Or an analyze maybe. Hang on. What's the difference between these two? Analyze is further out. Scan is maybe what I want. Yeah, I just want to. Gosh, do I want to focus on the dragon or on that building? I'm unfortunately possibly the closest thing we have to a vet, which is terrifying.
What? Oh, did you hear me shitting on Roger's cable network for my bad internet?
No.
No.
Oh, okay, what happened?
Welcome back.
Well,
Hi. What just happened? Did you roll the 2?
no, it's that Spade is the vet of the group.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Why is my bedside manner so bad? I wanna. I guess. Okay, I'm gonna scan it. I'm gonna scan the dragon because I'm extremely excited about this dragon, and see exactly what the problem is. I'm gonna roll 2d6 to do that. Is there qualifications on that?
Well, you're in a risky position. Scanning the dragon. You'll have standard effect.
All right. Cool with that. It's 2 ones.
That's
Not
2
It's
ones.
not great.
Oh boy, off to a good start.
Well, I have an idea of why that's true, which is that the Nell is an extremely unpleasant experience. And I've aimed all of it at this poor thing.
Okay, so where are y'all? Have you moved into the town, or are you still on the edge?
I mean, I was thinking we were coming in from, like, here-ish. If it'll ping. It won't ping.
Well, just yeah, that is where you are coming. That is where you approached from.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, like, are you actually going into the town, or are you staying beyond the walls? Oh yeah, the town is also sort of like on this like hill, sort of in here, and it's surrounded by these groups of trees that have been carefully cultivated so that they don't block the lines of fire of these towers built into the wall. And the airfield, which is what sticks out of the end here, that is it's extremely mechanical. Like, extremely mechanical.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what details you would have. Let's see. Demon, you're the only one with actual military experience, correct?
I'm guessing so, unless Keiko does.
Yeah, okay. So, Demon, you can tell that this airfield is very similar to the type used on aircraft carriers, whether of the like space or sea or air or land variety. It's got a catapult It's got a steam catapult built into it, and it's also got
Like a catch.
yeah, it's also got a catch for planes coming in. It's also massive. Like this airfield, I don't think that this scale is quite coming across well enough, but it can have a plane land at the same time one is taking off if necessary. It's like a 2-lane runway with 2 separate catapults.
That's weird. This little place in the mountains would need. What the hell?
What the hell?
Yeah.
Something's up with the airfield. Is the Myriad hiding something out here?
So, we still got to deal with the consequence of those 2 1s.
No, Spade
I don't
has
like
to deal
this.
with the consequence of this too.
So yes, you direct the Nell at. We also never established where everyone is.
That's true.
Yes. So where is everyone? Have you all gone into the town? Are you on the edge? Are you spreading out?
I was thinking we were sort of here-ish.
Well, that's not where the viewpoint of the dragon is. So you can have moved around to that side if you're so inclined.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, sorry.
So towers over on the northwest side of town then?
Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking, but I can not be there if it doesn't work.
No, you can go there. I mean, you were the one doing recon.
Yeah.
I think I've moved in a bit. I'm in this street that's like I'm 2 streets away from the dragon. Trying to like do it like a stealthy scan around a corner to just like, and doing a terrible job of that, I think.
Okay. All right. Pitchfork demon.
I think I'm on the airfield right here, where my little circle is.
Okay.
I think I have like jumped up to the top of one of these buildings.
What's this little castle over here?
That's you. It's
It's
a
a
tower.
I wonder what it is.
Oh my god, I hate you.
It was just straight up a shovel.
I hate everyone.
Good. It's rusty too. Oh, I think it's nasty.
It's like regular brain is actual pictures of obvious. Galaxy expanding brain, however, is gardening implements.
This is bullying.
What a good demon.
Does anyone know if you can turn off snap to grid on?
Yeah, you hold down Alt when you're placing things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also applies for making things bigger. Yeah.
God.
All right. So, sorry. How can I give control of this to each of y'all?
If you click, you go to right click options and then can be edited by.
Controlled by.
Yeah, controlled by.
Okay. I think that. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Y'all should now probably have control of each of your tokens.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
Yeah.
Woo.
So you can
Direct control.
put them where you have yourselves placed.
What is the best vantage point in this area?
Like high point.
Yeah, I think I want to keep an eye out for Lady Elrith.
So
I think
okay.
the situation in the town isn't as
So I
dire.
think you have A couple of options. The first is the various towers that are part of the wall. They are large enough that you could try and get Bert on top of one if you were so inclined. And they are pretty tall. The town also, being on a sort of hilled location, is taller near the middle of town than it is at the edge that you're at. So you could move there, but obviously that has the issue of the buildings. Most of the buildings, however, are fairly low. Bert, being a heavy Avi, still will be able to see over most of them. Really, I think the tallest building in town, though, is the one that is currently scaffolded. And other than the towers, that is. Or you could also try and just get up into a higher position in one of the surrounding mountains.
I'm just gonna get in the center of town then.
Okay.
Right in here.
Okay.
You said that we're on a hill? So in which direction? Or are we at the top?
The town is sort of built like on a hill, with the center of town being at like the top of the hill, as far as you can tell.
Cool.
Sort of a gentle slope, but a very round one. Okay, so back to that one that you rolled. I have not forgotten.
You could have, though.
So you direct the knell at this creature as it as it lays there to try and get a better sense of it. And it disturbs it, and it begins thrashing about. And so it's just ripping up the hell out of the square in town, trashing some nearby buildings, and that its fluid and blood are spraying all over the place as it flails about.
Thanks.
I've made a mistake. I am adult enough to own up to it. But it's not okay. It's not flying out though. It's just like trying to get away from the knell, or it's just angry that it's awake.
It doesn't have any wings.
Oh.
No, it's feathered. It's a feathered quadrupedal creature that has a sort of beak on the front of it. Oh, also I forgot to mention that it's got 4 eyes. Ooh. Sort of 2 on the side of its skull and 2 at the front. So it's got both like prey and predator eye sets.
Ooh.
Cute.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's gonna be hard to sneak up on then. Okay. Someone else do something better than I did.
So what is our mission objective here again?
To help.
Okay.
You were answering a distress call from the Wrights of the Ascent.
Yeah.
They either haven't noticed your presence yet or haven't bothered to reach out to you.
Are they here?
Yeah, you can see a couple of their Avis. What do I want to use for them? Oh, well, I've got my own tokens for arquebusiers. Let's see.
Attention, Wrights of the Ascent. This is Captain Harold Gray of the Cenotaph. We are responding to distress beacons sent out at approximately 2318. Please respond.
Thank you for being competent.
Yeah. Oh, so to be clear, these arquebusiers don't look like normal arquebusiers. There's something. Let's see. Can you tell? Yeah, I think Tower, because you're much closer than the others, you can tell what's different. Hold on, Tower, are you inside? Yeah, I don't think you can get inside the wall that way without a roll, to be clear.
Okay.
So if you don't want to be inside the wall, that's fine, but if you want to be inside the wall, we'll come back to you.
Could I be sort of like
Because, like, the wall's there for a reason, and there are guard towers.
That's very fair. I'm gonna stay out, and I think I'm just sort of hovering.
Okay. So, yes, you reach out to the Wrights of the Ascent, and there's a...
Sorry about that.
No need to apologize. And there's a bit of a pause, and then a voice in a older voice comes over, and you get, hello, this is Senior Kin Arrow Slide of the Wrights of the Ascent. Thank you for answering our call. The cathedral that we've been working on here in Wander has taken great damage in the conflict between Lady Elreth and this dragon. If you could come and assist to ensure the building's stability, that would be greatly appreciated.
Copy that. What was this person's name again?
Senior Kin is their title, and
Senior Kin.
their name is Arrow Slide.
Arrow Slide. Copy that, Senior Kin Slide. I will be approaching your position momentarily.
Roger that.
And I am going to kind of cut a route like this away around the creature. That's like my intent, to go that way.
Sticking to the roads, I presume?
Sure, yes, yeah, not like jumping on buildings or anything. But...
Yeah. So to be clear, the outlines of each of these buildings, they represent at least a like alleyway. So an Avi could move through them carefully. Anything like, but anything larger, well, even a light. Well, okay, not Tower's light, because the Mantis is very small, even for a light. But any Avi that wants to move through those alleys is going to have a hell of a time. But the main
Any non-drama kid, Avi.
yeah, but the rest of the pathways are fair enough size for Avis to move through freely. Okay, so yeah, you're just gonna stick to the main thoroughfares then?
I think so, yeah. I mean, just the most direct route that doesn't involve getting next to the dragon.
Yeah, could this be communicated so I can loop back and join up with y'all again?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just send my intended path to.
Okay.
Uh,
I want to try to come back in.
hey, Keiko, do you think you could hold the dragon down so I can doctor it?
I can try. Is that safe? I don't.
Absolutely not. But I need you to sit still and not set me on fire.
Can I declare a tangle gun?
Absolutely.
That's a way to make things be still. You know.
Thank you, Mule. Thank you for that extra 2 load that I now have. Okay.
Wait, Mule applies to
Only to the pilot?
Yeah.
Damn. Then I have no space. I'm just gonna have to hold this thing down. Unfortunate.
The grapple anchor system's not gonna do it, is it?
No, a grapple anchor system is about rooting your Avi in place.
That's fine.
Although I suppose that could help, right? Like if I'm stabilized and I can hold this thing down better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have one of those?
I do have that declared.
There you go. Okay.
A heavy cannon would help keep it still.
Vetoed.
Yes, but it would also counteract the fucking point.
Honestly, it would make it very easy to doctor. Yep, that's dead.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Can I
don't-
assist?
how do you want to assist?
What is this?
I could, like, corral it in kind of a way where I'm, like, focusing its attention, because I've already got this horrible thing that it hates.
So you want to try and distract it then? Is that
That's a word for it, yeah.
okay? Because like it's not going anywhere. When it was thrashing about, it was more like More like a grand mal seizure than it was like a rolling about or anything.
Oh, okay. I didn't. All right. Well, I don't know that I need to help then. It's up to Keiko if you want an assist with it.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what I'm rolling here. Like, I don't. Is manipulate right?
Yeah, I think manipulate would apply.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
have a die in that. And then an assist.
Is there a way that I could assist potentially?
If you can tell me how you assist.
Yeah, and I have a secondary belief that I forgot to fucking write because I'm a dumbass with spade.
Well, if you think about it during the session, feel free to put it in, but no pressure.
Yeah, I will. I just reminding myself that it would take 2 stress. Do you know of a way that I could help?
Okay. Well, the action right now is to aim a net gun at an object and
Okay,
or object.
fair.
Not
I feel like I could be of more help in the actual doctoring of the thing than I can in the net gun. So I'm gonna hold off.
Okay, so it's just Pitchfork trying to pin this thing down while the magpie uses the knell to try and get its attention.
What I want to do actually, because it's not like conscious really of us, I don't think. I want to demark places not to hit, like right on the chin there. Don't hit that if you can. Just aim for center mass and not the face. That would be being super helpful.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
y'all could do a group action.
That would get to the point a lot faster, I
Yeah.
guess. Okay.
So, a group action to hold it down?
Yeah.
Is that the idea?
Hold it down, look it over.
Everyone dogpiling on this dragon? Except for Demon, who's off socializing?
Yeah, why not?
I'm attempting to help.
Okay, so Pitchfork, are you leading this then?
Yeah, I'll lead.
Okay, so what are y'all rolling? Everyone rolling manipulate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Tower, are you participating?
I think I'm gonna hold off and help with the actual doctoring.
1d6.
2d6.
Position and effect.
This will be risky. Risky standard because you have that grapnel system.
Heck yeah.
So we both roll, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Big money, no whammies.
There's one whammy. There's a crit.
Well then, that's a crit. But Pitchfork, you eat 1 stress
Right.
for your own poor roll.
You got showed up. That's why you
Yeah, I'm stressed. Wow.
So what does it look like as the magpie pins this thing down?
It's oh boy. So this thing has a lot of arms. So Pitchfork shoots the grapple stuff, the net gun, and I think.
There's no net gun.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I don't look for it. Yeah.
Oh right, you're just holding it and with
Yeah, I'm
the
just holding it
things.
down.
Okay,
And digging into the ground.
gotcha. Okay, I think what happens is, if it's all right for me to narrate it, is that Keiko like grabs the dragon, and the dragon like focuses its attention on her, and then very quickly the magpie like circles around and just sort of like a hand for every joint, or not every joint, but every like limb, pins it to the ground, and has what like one on like the back of the neck, so it can't like swivel around and bite and fire and stuff, and probably like a little bit of pressure so that it can't open its jaw unless Ko wants it to. And it's just like restrained it really very quickly.
Okay. Yeah, you got this thing all wrapped up. You got great effect. The dragon is pinned with your 2 Avies. So
Okay.
it's held still.
It's doctoring time.
Yeah. So does that mean that Spade is getting out of Kor's Avi?
Oh, do I have to get... I do have to get out in order to engineer, don't I?
Yes.
I mean,
That's kind of cool. Like, getting out and walking over this big kaiju baby and looking at it and doing doctor stuff.
see, what I was thinking for the assist was if you don't want to be getting out of your Avi, you could be doing like the telling me what to do, and then I'll use my little baby Avi hands to do things competently.
Yeah.
If you'd rather not be out of your Avi. Especially because mine is more on a scale with the dragon. So I
Yeah.
feel like
That's true. You could probably
mean-
actually open its lid if you needed to.
yeah.
Sorry, were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, the magpie is what? How big compared to the dragon?
I think skinnier but longer, probably.
Magpie's medium, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm light at most.
Yeah, that's probably the right move. Although I kind of want to just do the like I'll pop out of the Avi anyway because I want to fucking touch the dragon. But I think yeah, having Tower actually do the like handling part because their mech actually has the strength to do it is the right call. So yeah, is that an assisted role? Is that
That sounds, if you're talking Tower through it, that sounds like a setup action to me.
okay?
Or, I mean, yeah, it could also be an assist.
Yeah.
And what's your goal with this?
I want to stabilize it, I think, so that it is sleeping peacefully. Yeah. Or at least so that its breathing is not quite so ragged. I want to make it so it's not bleeding and that it's stable. And stabilizing the dying is what's happening here. It's a whole-
Okay.
I say that because it's written on the doctor. It's a stabilizer. Anyway. So yeah, I'll just roll 2d6 and are you spending stress to do this, or are you rolling? Am I leading action?
I mean, would that be finesse or manipulate?
If you're in your Avi, it's not a pilot action.
Okay, so if it's in my Avi, then would I be spending fuel?
Yes, to push yourself.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna spend that and then take the assist.
And what action are you planning on rolling?
Manipulate.
Okay.
So I've got one in that. I'm gonna spend one to get two, and then how many beliefs do you have on me?
Confused. I have one, I think.
Okay. Because I got one on you because I cut loose with you, but you haven't cut loose with me.
Correct. So I can offer you one thing, which is either a die or increased effect.
Yeah. What's the effect looking like right now?
The effect is limited. You don't have any tools for this, I don't think.
Do I have tools? A lot of things that blow things up. That's helpful and good.
I think this is a controlled position, though, because the dragon is pinned.
Can I use fine engineering tools?
I mean, if you want to do it and get out of your Avi, because remember, engineering tools are pilot scale.
How much would you hate me if
Good start.
if I ticked off a life support system and then unhooked the life support system from my Avi to loop it into the dragon to like feed oxygen through and keep like
Improvised iron lung.
essentially, yeah.
Jeez. That would. I think the problem is not that it is having trouble breathing. I think the problem is that it probably has internal injuries.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if that was something that was gonna have any real effect.
I would like to do this backwards if possible. So instead of me yelling at Tower for what to do with the mech, I would like to get out and.
Do you want to take my mech?
Oh. Huh. That's a thought. Well, I was just thinking like, I could, I could be doing the heavy lifting, or not the heavy lifting, but like get in there and then when I need an assist to be like, hey, hold up this rib or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Then I could like call you in and you could be like, all right, hold here and here, don't touch that.
Yeah, it could be that.
Nurse Tower?
But also, it's also an issue of scale. Do you want to borrow my Avi?
Yeah. If you are all right with that, and if that aligns with the rules.
Like, I can still take the fuel costs for it and all that.
Oh yeah,
Or
you
whatever.
absolutely will be.
Yeah.
That's like the one thing I'm sure of.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm.
I mean, we've done this before, right, Austin?
Have
Using
you?
other campaigns.
Yeah.
Can I mark a load on my Avi and then like pass the tools to their Avi?
The problem with that is like the size is so different, I think.
Yeah. Like, again, the scale would just be off.
True. Oh my god, we're back to fuck. We're back to like 20-foot scalpels for no fucking reason because I hate this genre. Okay.
So, okay. Does anyone have any sort of cutting tool at all?
I have a knife.
An obby-sized cutting tool. Does anyone have one?
No.
The soldier's the one who carries the fine melee weapon, but yours is a jackhammer.
Yep. I'm aware. I have an idea, and that is to take my shield, which is very clearly like we've mentioned it being a physical shield before. That's probably made out of metal. Dipping it in the, like fire for a little bit and cauterizing the wound.
Oh my god.
That'll stop the external bleeding. I don't know that it'll fix the internal bleeding.
Yeah, I
I
feel
don't
like
know if
that'll
we
just.
do we have another option?
I mean, I think the. Okay, so two pieces of information here. One, now that you're all closer, you can see that these feathers are not actual like bird feathers. They are sort of like more macro in scale, and they're some kind of like bluish carbon material that act as a like basically they're fireproof and a heat sink simultaneously. Yeah, and like it's also pretty armored. Like the only place that like this thing clearly had a huge fight with Lady Elreth in the surrounding area and through the town. And the only open wound you can spot is the one lump that has burst back behind its jawline. Like, it's bleeding from its mouth and the burst, but it has 0 lacerations. So, I mean, somebody could go all Fantastic Voyage on this thing. It's large enough.
I have a suit. Am I this stupid? I feel like maybe yes.
You have the pilot load to declare a environment suit.
I do. It's actually
Oh
free.
my god.
Yep.
Okay. This is stupid, and I'm gonna do it. All right. So first of all, I get out of my mech, and I'm extremely excited, and I touch the dragon. I'm like, yes, I've touched the dragon. And then I'm like, oh, this poor buddy is in a bad place, and I can't. I don't think we can cut through this. And I'm like, oh, I know what I'll fucking do. Is I'll have hey tower, can you hold up? Open the mouth here. I've got like my fucking. Is it a contained environmental suit, or do I have like a cable, or does that matter?
No, it's self-contained.
Okay.
Yeah, it even, I think, if I recall correctly, has some limited movement capabilities if it was to be used in space.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm just gonna take a dip, and then in about 30 minutes, I need you to make this dragon vomit. Bye.
Oh,
Okay.
Pitchfork, what the hell is Code doing?
dragon.
Where am I? Oh, Jesus.
Hi, folks. Today, I'm gonna teach you how to Heimlich a dragon.
There's gotta be a YouTube video. It's fine.
Yep, we're streaming it.
So,
Of course-
what are you
we're going
rolling?
always. That's a very fine question. I mean, I'm fucking engineering. I'm doctoring with bones, blood, and organs.
What are you doing to get to the damaged sites internally first?
Oh. Okay. I guess that would be a prowl, or no, it would be a. Yeah, it's a prowl because it's move with grace and precision. I'm trying to not break everything while I go down there. God, this is a terrible idea.
Yep.
I can't believe you're letting me do this. This isn't bad. Bad friend.
Do you think I could stop you?
Yes, you absolutely could.
You're the one in the obby.
Ooh, it's thundering. Sorry.
Okay.
Austin, did you hear the thundering?
Yes,
Y'all
I
are
can hear it.
doing the thing again where you just let me have worse ideas and then you let me do them.
Hey, it's worked out so far, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be rolling at disadvantage because I have nothing in pro.
I was gonna help you, but you know.
I mean,
God.
you could help by holding the mouth open, and then that could be an assist.
Okay, yeah, I'll assist. Can I give 2 extra die, or can I only give 1 extra
You can
die?
you has to be 2 unique benefits unless you have the empath ability that lets you give multiple of
Okay.
the same.
And I'm still in my OV, so would that be fuel I'd be spending?
Nope,
Or would it
assist
be-
is always stress.
Okay, sorry.
It's
Can I
fine.
check a rope?
For gear,
Yeah. For me? So that, like,
Yeah, so you're
I
tied to
don't-
the outside.
actually get eaten.
if you might want to go with climbing gear, that would include
Alright.
a rope.
So take a d6, and then do you want improved positioning or effect?
So two.
God, yeah. What is your position and effect?
Oh, tell us, Austin.
Yeah. Let's see. Getting bored by a dragon. Okay.
That's what that is, isn't it?
I was not gonna say it, but this is what you get for having me on your screen.
I've been
This
good.
is what
I
this
haven't
is.
said anything.
Okay. I think
This is what we're doing today.
this is. I mean, it's still being held down very firmly, so I think this is actually controlled, and I think it'll be standard.
So do you want controlled great?
Yes.
Okay, controlled great with the d6.
1d6.
Are you-
Come on, baby.
Woo!
Please. Please be good. That's a 5.
Hey.
That's 5.
Okay.
Yay! And it's controlled great, so it's not like a 5 is a disaster.
Whew.
All right. I am going to start a clock. Where are my tokens?
Love
Where
to
are
hear
my
those
clocks?
words. Love to hear those words in that order.
Mm-hmm.
Where did it go? Where's my token? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so this token, or this, I'm going to. Oh wait, it's controlled. So do you want to press on, or do you want to pull back?
I mean, if a 5's a success.
Yes, but when it's
Sorry?
controlled, you can decide if you want to take the success and the consequences, or do something else.
No, this is absolutely the best version of this plan that there is. So,
There are none.
Okay. All right, so I'm putting up a 4-tick clock, and
we stood around arguing about how to doctor this thing good, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do this instead.
there we go. 4-tick clock, 1 tick
Oh.
in it, dissolving suit.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, this thing is full of strange chemicals that are eating through your environmental suit,
Oh, fuck.
which your environment suit HUD tells you. But hey, you are deep in it. You're in the belly of the beast.
I've
You're in it now.
got a great little thing on my head, just like a little flashing light that says, "Hey, idiot, you're being eaten."
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna doctor this bastard now.
All right. Well, we will. It's 7:30 already, so we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back to Demon interacting with the Wrights of the Ascent.
That's fair.
All right.
Okay.
So, all right. We will be back shortly, everyone.